if me as a celebrity moved to a different town, a different state, a different place, or decided I want to do an event in a different town, a different location, a different place, am I beholden to working with the artists in that community? Or is it just, business as usual? This came up in two situations. The first one that I saw was Sauce Walka and Drake. This was another Breakfast Club interview when Sauce Walka, was decided that he wanted to speak out about Drake. In fact, I'm gonna just let y'all hear the comments.
Is that
the Drake moment was the moment? Like that's when I was like, okay.
A lot of people know me from controversial shit like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stand on the business regardless of whoever, whatever.
It's funny though, because you called Drake out for cultural appropriation way before Kendrick did.
I did. I definitely did. And if my whole city would have supported what I was on back then for the reasons that I did it then, we would have got the same reaction that Kendrick Lamar in California did. Mm-hmm. And I think it's just a beautiful thing with, again, no discredit to either one of those artists, because again, I have nothing to do with that shit and I don't give a fuck about that shit because I'm a millionaire, I'm Sauce Walka and I made it. It's just a beautiful thing to see the outcome of an entire city and then entire state standing behind an artist that represents them well and represents their culture and just trying to defend for their culture, and the culture itself not trying to mediate or prohibit their artists from fending for their culture, but instead standing behind them and supporting that ideal.
And I appreciate where Sauce Walka's coming from, you know what I mean? Because it's like, yeah, if you're going to represent my city, if you're going to live out here, if you're going to shout it out on songs, appropriate it with the music, appropriate is probably the wrong word, but like, take that style in the music, yeah, you should probably reach out to some artists. But Drake has, you know what I mean? And when artists were brought up, you know what I mean, Sauce Walka kind of shut it down. He's like, oh, Bun B,
No disrespect to Bun B. He's from Port Arthur. He's not from Houston. A lot of people try to say, oh, well, Drake made a song Bun B. Bun B not from Houston. No disrespect to him. This is Houston, Texas we're talking about. You just said Houston, didn't you? Did you say Port Arthur? Did you say Houston?
Houston.
All right then.
Obviously, Bun B responded to that saying, born in Houston, Northwood Manor, moved to West Side, Port Arthur in 6th grade. No offense taken. You know what I mean? Also, Boy Wonder, the producer, Grammy-winning producer, came out and defended Drake's, saying, he responded to somebody's post that said, that listed all the people that Drake has worked with: Travis, Bun B, Pimp C, OG Ron C, DJ Screw, multiple Houston producers, etc. The sense of entitlement is crazy, though, in which Boy Wonder responded, selective memory. So I think there's two sides. I think Sauce Walka was more so saying there's some dudes in the trenches that's not getting the shine of a Bun B, a Pimp C, of a Travis Scott, you know what I mean? And it's kind of equally beneficial for you to work with the artists at that level because they're legends. Travis is one of the biggest artists in the game, you know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't you want to do a record? But little Bo Peep from down the street, you know what I mean? He needs to look too, and Sauce Walka feels like Drake should be doing that. I disagree. I don't think so. I think Drake's gonna work with whoever he wants to work with, whoever he feels like working with. And you shouldn't be beholden just because you're in that city. Now, it's up to that city. If y'all feel some type of way, maybe, call them out about it. The only person I really hear saying anything is Sauce Walka, you know what I mean? Because from what I hear, Drake actually does things in the community. He might not be putting people on records, but what's more beneficial? You want to get a look on a record for like 3 months, or you want somebody to actually make some change in your community, or actually spend money in your community, or actually, build businesses in your community, which Drake does, you know what I mean? So it's a catch-22. You can't always win. You're not gonna please everybody, you know what I mean? And it's like a no-win situation. But I don't get this like, yo, you out in our town, now you got to be down with it. Because to me, that would be appropriating. It's like, if I don't really bang with these dudes and I'm just doing it for the sake of doing it, that to me is a little bit more like he trying to get the streets behind him. He trying to get, you know what I mean, everything else, which I don't think Drake is trying to do. Drake is like, yo, I got ties out here, I got peoples out here, I just want to rap. Body yada yada, you know what I mean? But everybody else is on some. Everybody else seems to be like loving it. Like I've heard, actual clubs, like not Drake telling them, but actual clubs like not wanting to play Not Like Us because they like, yo, we bang with Drake out here. So I don't know. It sounds salty. It comes from a hater place for me. Like it feels like it. You know what I mean? I think his intentions were good. I think what Sauce Walka really wants to do is like not necessarily shame Drake for coming out here or be like that. Like, even though that was his original statements, I think he was more so saying, yo, where's the love for the underground artists, for the lesser known artists? And I don't think that's Drake's responsibility. I don't think that's necessarily something that he has to do. I think his presence being there. And if you would tell me he wasn't spending no time in the city, he wasn't spending no money in the city, I might agree with you. But if he really there and people can see him and touch him and put hands on him, they obviously would be able to tell him if they had a problem with it, and it don't seem like they do. So I got to disagree with Sauce Walka on this one, you know what I mean? But I think his intentions were good. I think he really wanted to, bring some attention to Shine the Hood. I don't think he was necessarily trying to start a beef with Drake with his comments. But also, look, Drake ain't y'all savior. Y'all got to save yourselves, you know what I mean? Drake ain't coming here to just lay hands on people and now you a superstar, because obviously he could do that, but maybe that's going to water down his brand. Maybe he has a responsibility as an artist himself. So I don't think Drake's doing nothing wrong, as long as I feel like if you in that community, you spending money, you bringing money to the town, you cool with me. What it do, y'all? It's your man DJ Playboy. Just interrupting real quick, man. I really appreciate you watching this episode of the Perfect Talk Podcast. But if you're watching on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button. You got to run them numbers up so I could keep running it up. Also, if you're listening to the audio version on the podcast, make sure you leave a review. Let them know how much you love the podcast, and subscribe to the thing. And if you really, really want to support the team, go to www.perfecttalkpodcast.com. Get yourself a t-shirt, get yourself a sticker. You can even get yourself a mug, man. The possibilities are endless and the prices are low. Holla at us, baby. Let's get it.